Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game, Grubby versus Lemes. This game taking place here on Concealed Hill. Grubby spawning as the yellow orc on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Lemes spawning as the purple human on the top right. It will be Paladin going up against Farseer in this 1v1 matchup here, as the game already underway, well, speeding towards that 2-minute mark. Alright. Couple of easy early critters getting cleared up. Farseer with 2 Spirit Wolves and a Grunt trying to come up from behind here. It looks like it will be Rifleman Paladin coming in from Lemes. A strategy, well, an interesting strategy as the Paladin, and with that devotion aura and that holy light, able to really heal up a large amount of damage and keep this army alive. Let's go ahead and take a look at how the damage is going to come across here. Spirit Wolves trying to take down some of those peasants already is going to go ahead and go into a quick resummon. Now, Lemes microing those peons pretty well. Going to rotate one into the gold mine instead. And, well, hopefully that will offer a little bit of protection. One of those peasants also needs to come off the gold mine to make sure that he doesn't, he doesn't try to oversaturate it. Coming back through, 3 riflemen will be on the battlefield shortly as we're looking at the low hit point Spirit Wolves purposely getting microed away. All right, Rifleman, where is he going to go? Perhaps try to run away there. There's a little bit more damage. There's another resummoning again, as we could be looking at some more Holy Light. There's a Holy Light onto one of those Riflemen. The other Rifleman, however, I thought would have become a priority target once Lemes used that Holy Light once. Perhaps during the cooldown situation, the Farseer could have gotten and been able to take down that Rifleman, but instead not the case. Alright, still more damage here. Lemes, decent on mana, 97. Farseer sitting on another round of Spirit Wolves if necessary. Paladin is going to have enough for another round of Holy Light, as both sides don't have any experience yet. 30 over 30 supply compared to 27 over 31. Tech to tier 2 has been started on both sides as well, as Grubby is already nearly done at already at tier 2 here. Are we going to see a resummon? Yes, we are. Paladin once more denied any experience. A lot of damage exchanged back and forth between these two armies, but no one yet has really gotten any experience. All right, Rifleman going to try and see who's going to get the last shot off there. Paladin gets the kill. Are we going to see another round of attack here? Going to just try and stutter step that. I think Paladin got the kill again. No, Farseer got the shot there, as we're looking at a little bit more damage again. All right, Grunt may be forced to retreat back. There's a Holy Light trying to, well, fall back again. We are getting up level 1 weapon upgrades already, and there's another resummon by Grubby once more. Grubby playing in good form. Even though he's, well, semi-retired, a very, very competent real-time strategy player. All right, coming back around, Rifleman going to try to engage against some of these Spirit Wolves. There's another Holy Light. Paladin now finally low on mana. The Rifleman will be forced to try and retreat. Did we see a resummoning? No, we did not. But the Farseer was able to pick up that very, very important Mantle of Intelligence and get all of that experience. As more Riflemen are being trained, an Arcane Vault could be placed down. And I think Lemes's original strategy was perhaps to try and call to arms and be able to clear out one of these other creep camps nearby, perhaps get to Devotion Aura. Instead, the Riflemen are going to be heading back over here to the Fountain of Health. They're going to be able to regenerate some hit points there. Farseer down to 300 hit points, and now dropping steadily. The Riflemen might become a meeting party there to try and put pressure, as there are Riflemen down here to the south as well. Tauren Chieftain already out on the battlefield. Paladin going to try and perhaps rotate over to this position. We are looking at, I don't know what aggroed those creeps, but now suddenly the creeps are aggroed, and now this Rifleman down to 75 hit points. He is going to need a Holy Light to try and stay alive. All right, Paladin staying at level 1. I do not believe Paladin will get to level 2 here. It needs a little bit more experience. Farseer across on the other side here. Going to try and perhaps wake things up. A round of attacks against Grubby's Spirit Spirit Wolf, one more shot should do it. There it goes. There's that level 2. There's that Devotion Aura. And Grubby now will be forced to fall back again. What is going on here? He's trying to do a little bit of healing while all of this engagement here is Paladin and can absorb a little bit of this damage, not realizing that perhaps the Farseer is still nearby. And this Rifleman has taken far too much damage and also getting, well, axes in the back from these Forest Troll Berserkers. Farseer taking a lot of damage here, and Lemes with a Rifleman surround. Beautifully done as the Tauren Chieftain now sitting at level 2 for Grubby. All right, great engagements around here. Perhaps we're going to see a little bit of healing, perhaps some Siphon Mana into the Paladin. Paladin needs to get some Holy Lights into these units here, and perhaps by getting in some more Holy Light, Forest Troll High Priest also now out of mana as well. The Red Drake should get taken down pretty quickly. Trying to finish off these units now. Riflemen all just healing up as we see the incoming Orc army. Raiders, Farseer now coming into position here. Are we going to see the Red Drake get taken down? One more shot. There's the Red Drake. Sobi Mask now picked it up by the Blood Mage. Perhaps we will see some Siphon Mana as the Paladin now going to get some Siphon Mana. There's that Holy Light breaking that link once more. Paladin is fighting with his back to that Fountain of Health. One Rifleman will get taken down. More Siphon Mana coming back across as the Tauren Chieftain may be running out of mana a little bit too quickly. Meanwhile, we're looking at more damage coming back across here. More Siphon Mana is possible. Rifleman gets in a little bit of Holy Light, but because of the armor types, and even with the Devotion Aura, not able to keep those Riflemen alive. Alright, the Grunts able to deal enough damage, even with the Fountain of Health and that Holy Light, forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal to back away. Alright, more Riflemen are getting trained up. I believe the Rifleman upgrade range is now done. We're going to see some more Siphon Mana again, and here we are into this engagement. Paladin, also with a Sobi Mask as well, has plenty of mana as the Militia now joining in on the battle. Paladin now up to, well, 12 armor, a lot of damage mitigation as the Blood Mage also gets the level 2, opts to go for Banish. Alright, Paladin just shy of level 3 now as the Farseer is looking to engage. Are we going to perhaps see some Holy Lights? There's a slow getting cast, and the Farseer cannot afford to get surrounded and does get surrounded. Grubby making a misstep there, giving level 3 to the Paladin as the Farseer falls at level 2. 50 over 50 supply compared to 47 over 61. Couple of peasants now retreating back here. Paladin opted to go for level 2 Holy Light. Does also have, has plenty of mana. Should be able to keep all of these heroes topped off as the Tauren Chieftain used this opportunity to clear out the center Ogre Lord creep camp, picking up the Helm of Valor. That is going to be a big deal here, as we also see the Orc Burrows have not yet researched that all-important reinforced defenses. The Rifleman will be able to deal full damage here, and where the Paladin going? Paladin going to try and pick up perhaps a Scroll of Protection, Boots of Speed, Potion of Invulnerability, Scroll of Town Portal, and now has to double back around as he's kind of trapped in an uncomfortable spot. Tauren Chieftain is alive here. There's a couple of banishes. Raider going to get taken down. Perhaps more Siphon Mana. There's a Holy Light right there as the Kodo Beasts are now out here on the battlefield. Kodo Beasts should become priority target number 1 now, as that will return back a Sorceress. There's some more Siphon Mana as the Spirit Wolves are now joining in on the battle here. Alright, Kodo Beasts down to 212 hit points already as the units are now trying to fall back. There is a Siphon Mana followed by a Stomp. Both sides engaging pretty consistently as Raiders are now coming in from the north. Peons are just causing so much traffic across all of these units as the Raiders are now trying to retreat, or trying to chase, but constantly unable to finish off any units as they are getting banished. Alright, so banished units unable or do not take any physical damage, and that's why they are able to stay alive. Blood Mage is still alive in all of this here as the Paladin, finally out of mana, now needs to get a little bit more. Priest also low on hit points, finally gets taken out as well. There goes another Grunt as we are just slowly retreating back here. Who is winning out in this battle? It looks like Lemes is slowly winning out here as these Drake draining the mana off of the Farseer and the Tauren Chieftain, and it is just turning into hit points for the entire unkillable Rifleman army because of that Devotion Aura. All right, there's another Holy Light. There's another Peon, another Siphon mana into that Paladin. Paladin sitting at 230 hit points, going to turn back around here as Raiders are now coming in to try and engage. There's another Holy Light again. Paladin trying to lead the charge back down. More Peons going to get taken down. Lemes with dual level 3 heroes. And now continuing this push once more. Grubby still does not have reinforced defenses, had brought all of the peons over, and here we are into this engagement now as the peons are going to try and engage. There's a Siphon mana, Tauren Chieftain not going to be able to get a stomp off, and well, we're still fighting away a little bit again. Paladin down to 171 hit points. He's going to get banished. He's going to be able to stay alive a little while again as we're still looking to get in another fight, rounds of fights. All right, a little bit more slow. And this long duration fight here, Sorceress is at Adept training. More Riflemen trying to come across, get engaged. There's some more Siphon mana again as another Peon gets taken down. Are we going to see the death of a Rifleman? Yes, we are. No Holy Light there. There's plenty of targets to go for as we're still looking at the Blood Mage, perhaps trying to get a little bit more mana there. There's a, well, auto attack death from the Farseer. All right. Farseer still sitting at level 2, right? Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 3. No reinforced defenses, but we haven't even gotten to that stage yet. Meanwhile, the Ogre Magi here gonna get taken out, and that's gonna drop a Tome of Knowledge. That final creep now finally getting cleared up here as we see a Rifleman getting shot in the back or front from all of his brethren to try and deny some experience. All right, here we go. Tauren Chieftain once again drained mana. Kodos trying to get a chomping meal on a Sorceress, unable to do that. There's an ensnare. Multiple hungry Kodos going after Riflemen after they are stopped and ensnared. So not stopped and snare, stopped and ensnared, only to get eaten by Kodos. Well, more Holy Light coming back across here. Blood Mage trying to retreat back. This is a micro war in every sense of the word, and as every sense of the term, as the Kodos are in the backfield position trying to chomp down onto some of those units. There's so many hungry Kodos, and how do you deal with Devotion Aura, Holy Light Paladin as a grunt? Or as an orc? Grubby seems to say, well, you just have more Kodos out on the battlefield than they have. Kodos dines and dashes on a priest and is able to get away. That Rifleman could have shot back away on the other side, but decides not against it. All right, more units getting just popped back out onto the battlefield as the Kodos' bellies are just constantly getting opened here. Are we going to see one more shot? There goes another Rifleman popping on out again, trying to continue to find more and more room. Rifleman trying to retreat back. More Holy Light. Paladin finally low on mana. Kodos down to 63 hit points. He's going to be able to survive one or two more shots. One more shot perhaps would have done it, as we see some banishes go down as well. Everything is to try to keep this army as alive as for as long as possible, as one Rifleman may get taken down. There goes one. Is another one? No. The other Rifleman able to stay alive here. Kodos down to 34 hit points. This Kodos back up to 367 as they are, well, relaxing at the Fountain of Health. Crazy battles so far across the map here. We're looking at an Arcane Vault finally being constructed by Lemes after all this time. I believe we're looking at 2-0 upgrades on the Riflemen here, and with that Devotion Aura able to, well, quite stay alive. We are looking at the well, a Grunt and a Kodos who could get taken down here. This could give level 2 banish here in just a moment. And here we are out to the fight. One Grunt easily taken down, and then, well, needing to get that Kodos first. That Kodos unable to get past that priest, gets taken out, and now finally this Grunt as well. Back to the top left, Grubby now looking to clear out this Fountain of Health creep camp. Tauren Chieftain is at 4, Farseer still far behind at 3. Only one Kodos out on the battlefield, and it doesn't have the upgraded war drums, but still represents a large amount of damage, as it gives a good damage bonus to all of these units. Meanwhile, Blood Mage finding some targets to try and drain some mana from, and once the Blood Mage has maximum mana, then we know that the next long fight is possible. There goes that Ogre Magi, dual level 4 heroes going up against a level 3 and a level 4, as the Farseer picks up a Scroll of Town Portal as well. Still surprised that that Grubby, after all this time, has not upgraded the reinforced defenses and isn't even bothering to go after that Spirit Wolf that's right there. All right, Rifleman Army gonna go ahead and engage, take down one Orc Burrow. There's one Orc Burrow already down. Another Orc Burrow could get taken down. We can see some Scout Towers are trying to come across, but remember, well, Grubby does have Raiders here. So mass Raiders, a definite problem. Scout Towers trying to come online here as multiple Orc Burrows were taken down. The reinforced defenses was completed. All right, trying to come back the other way. It does not look like the Town Hall will fall. No masonry upgrades, but with all of the peasants here, able to keep that building alive. 59 supply compared to 46. More repairs could get underway here. Perhaps upgrade more guard towers as well to prevent any of these hit and run tactics by these raiders, or at least punish it a little bit more with the raiders having that medium armor taking reduced damage from piercing. Got Grubby streaming in another tab. Yeah, I need to learn some Stormgate build orders. Anyways, coming back around, a couple banishes on those raiders, now trying to retreat back away. Tauren Chieftain trying to fall back as well. Tauren Chieftain also using a Scroll of Speed to try and outrun here. Scroll of Speed outclassing Slow as it maximizes your movement speed even if you have a Slow already cast on you. All right, Dire Wolf, come on, just get one or two rounds of attacks on it. We'll quickly take it down. Raiders easily gonna take out that Arcane Vault in that forward spot as more guard towers are getting upgraded and constructed. This could continue to cause problems. Meanwhile, we're going to see a raider there try to get it and snare off and still get away. The priest riflemen, however, are still trailing that raider. Raider should end up getting taken out here pretty quickly. The slow doesn't seem to be coming to an end. All right, top left-hand side. Well, that expo was not established, and we're going to see that raider finally get taken down. A little bit of a slow death there. 59 supply compared to 50. Grubby not breaking into low upkeep yet. All right, Grubby, however, did run back with some Kodo beasts and then purposely hid them behind these orc burrows and these watchtowers, giving a safe place for those Kodo beasts to digest those units. So a slowed unit with Scroll of Speed moves as fast as any other unit with the same type that also has Scroll of Speed. Yes, it maxes it out regardless of slow. Yes. Glad to teach new things every year. All right, guard tower upgrades, level 1 masonry upgrades currently halfway done. Raiders are going to be able to knock on the door of this barracks and perhaps deal quite a bit of damage. Repairs are trying to get started. However, because of the positioning and ensnares, the peasants are unable to get to that target, and this does mean no more riflemen being trained up for at least a little while. Riflemen trying to turn back around, perhaps do a little bit of poke damage. The army is kind of a bit separated from itself here as we are looking at a new barracks being placed down here. Unable to get any storm bolts or any other true stuns onto these raiders. The raiders are taking a little bit of damage from behind here, and with massive slow having a difficult time trying to keep up with all of these units. All right, Grubby's 146, one or two more rounds of attacks could be enough to finish off another rifleman there. Another tactical retreat in order. All right, all the casters are not sticking with the army. They are actually coming back and staying very close to home, perhaps to act as defense. Level 1 masonry upgrade done, giving an additional 10% hit points and also 1 point of armor. I remember when it was like 20% hit points and 2 points of armor, and a point of armor. That just was crazy amounts of repairing possible, as the repairs are always a percentage base of the building. So if the building itself has close to 60% more hit points, its repair rate is also 60% faster. On top of that, a little bit of exchange rounds there going back and forth. Is that priest going to get taken down? No, Holy Light keeps him alive as they teleport back out again. Alright, more Siphon Mana items getting picked up. Paladin picking up a Wand of Illusion here. Paladin, if it does get to level 5, will it go for level 3 Devotion Aura? That is the question. Another question I also have is, if you are investing so much into armor, if you believe Devotion Aura is that important in keeping your riflemen alive, why wouldn't you get the armor upgrades as well for those riflemen? And that counts as another round of Devotion Aura for all of your, the majority of your army, greatly increasing the amount of damage they can take, and also increasing the effectiveness of your heals. That's something I've talked about in the past. If you are able to mitigate more damage, right, you have better damage reduction. Wow, that's lucky for the Paladin. When you have more damage reduction, then when you heal 400 hit points, healing 400 hit points off of a fully armored knight essentially gives you more effective hit points than, say, healing 400 hit points off of an unupgraded priest, right? That makes a big difference in the long run. As we see, the Farseer now getting up to level 4. Paladin still has not chosen a level 5 ability as of yet. We're looking at the Scout Tower currently getting, well, Expos currently getting established to try and move this game on off of the primary bases. Still decent amount of gold in these expos as they are just currently getting started. Because we were not at Fortress, no access to Tiny Great Hall, which means this Great Hall here by Grubby is going to take quite a while to set up. All right, last couple of green and orange creep camps on the southern side of the map could give Grubby the opportunity to catch up in the hero level, or perhaps even take the lead, as so far a 4.4 Farseer compared to a 4.6 Blood Mage of the only real difference between the two now. All right. No, well, we're looking at a Spirit Wolf trying to well, come across here, get in some damage, get in some critical strikes. Wolf trying to clear out this orange creep camp here. Raiders finding a laboratory, and this could actually give the Farseer level 5. Also, we have a good number of Kodo beasts out here on the battlefield, 5 of them, and each of those Kodo beasts chomping on a rifleman means a drop of 15 supply for Lemes. Yeah, Kodo beast as a 4 supply unit, it's kind of artificially inflated, but if you think about it this way, if the Kodo beast is digesting a 3 supply unit, then overall the Kodo beast is only taking 1 supply more, because you've already completely neutralized another rifleman or another unit from your opponent. Coming back across here, Altar of Kings, well, getting knocked down now. Tauren Chieftain, well, very large stomp here, ready to lay waste to any of these riflemen. Paladin does have level 3 Devotion Aura, so essentially 0-3 upgrades here. Are we going to get some slows? That is the question. Are we going to get some Siphon Manas? The Tauren Chieftain getting banished, and then getting banished means that he's actually moving a little bit more slowly, and now could finally throw down a stomp. There's that turnaround there. Kodo Beast trying to get into position again. Both sides fighting their way through. There's some games of hungry Kodos, as that Kodos down to 100 or 81 hit points. 1 or 2 more shots should do it, but the ensnares are coming back across. The hungry Kodos are just looking for meals, and as they find their meals, Lemes's army is suddenly much smaller. All right, the units need to try and engage against each other. Blood Mage is still staying alive right now with that +6 armor coupled with that Holy Light. Is he going to be able to get a Holy Light there? Yes, he is, as another Kodo Beast is going to dine and dash. So many Kodo Beasts able to dine and dash away. We're looking at 1, 2, 3 able to dine and dash here, with a 4th one who was hanging out at the Fountain of Health. All right, so take away 12 supply from Lemes, and suddenly you have a clearer picture of the standing armies of what 34 supply army compared to a 50 supply army from Grubby, and what Lemes wants his friends back. All right, Paladin could be in a little bit of trouble here. Oh, and Snare's now going down. What is going to go down here? Farseer gets a Chain Lightning off in order to not also get a drained mana once more. Tauren Chieftain wants to throw down a Stomp, actually gets the Paladin, which is a big deal. There's a Hungry Kodo snack again. There's a Holy Light as the units are trying to fall back here. Lemes has been well, absolutely dominating throughout this game, but Grubby seems like he is now taking the lead here as the Riflemen are just all in the bellies of these of these Kodo beasts, and the priest and the sorceresses are unable to deal enough damage. A massive level 3 stomp here, stunning the majority of Lemes's army as we teleport out. All right, 1 Hungry Kodo, 2 Hungry Kodos currently digesting units here. Well, I think we all see. Wait, no, oh no, not going to even bother digesting since the ensnare is down and the army is there. We are looking. We have, well, only 1 digesting rifleman now. Everything else, all of the rest of those riflemen have been digested fully. I guess it's one of those things to remember. Riflemen only have 535 hit points. It's been this artificial armor from Devotion Aura coupled with Holy Light and keeping those riflemen alive and making them feel like they are unkillable. Not a single unit lost from Grubby. I believe you're right. The Paladin has been at level 5 for quite some time and has not gained any experience. Dual level 5 heroes now from Grubby, who has level 3 Shadow Wolves. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 5 here. Perhaps we're going to see some Clarity Potions getting transferred around. Tauren Chieftain also having a Potion of Mana ready to lead in on this charge. What is going to go down here? Tauren Chieftain also has a Ring of Regeneration. Just difficult to take out this hero here as the Riflemen aren't even bothering to turn back around and fight. You can see the Kodo beasts are trying to get into position here. What is this? This is an invisible wall. Literally the invisible wall of Riflemen being able to keep the army of Grubby at bay from being able to come inside. This is some strange strategies as well, placing down an invisible army of Riflemen in order to prevent them from being able to get in. Now, Lemes needs to rebuild his blacksmith. He has 2 barracks and no blacksmith, so he can't build any additional riflemen to, supplement his army. Here we are. Guard towers here. No arcane sentry. Kodo beasts are looking to dive on in. Kodo beasts, you can take a look. They are taking so much damage from these guard towers as they are getting focused down here. Guard towers deal bonus damage to those Kodo beasts, and if they're able to take down perhaps some of these Kodos beasts before they're able to digest anything, that could be enough. In comes the Blood Mage here, ready to go in for a fight. Last guard tower about to get taken down. The Kodo beasts are all hiding in the back. There's a Siphon Mana. Lemes losing all of the mining opportunity at his expo, and now only down to 6 workers who need to perhaps move over to the expo too. Another masonry upgrade perhaps could have helped. Not quite sure what else can be done. Grubby is still mining freely on the southern side, and with that, Tauren Chieftain and the Farseer working so well together, problems are arising. One thing I will say though, Grubby's army does mainly consist of a bunch of Kodos, so the army itself is rather weak unless it's digesting something, but well, it's been a tough pill to swallow for Lemes, who's constantly had his riflemen just sitting in the belly of all of these Kodos here. I believe it was 1 Kodo killed. The other Kodo in the back was not killed, but because it was killed by the guard tower, no experience was given to the Paladin. Are we ready to engage next? Yeah, next. Follow it up here. Arcane Sentry finally spotting all of those wolves here. Army gonna try and position, move together. The Raiders are in that front line spot. Tauren Chieftain bringing up the rear. There goes an ensnare. Blood Mage could already be in trouble. Siphon mana. There's gonna be a no stomp necessary as the Tauren Chieftain tries to get back into position here. A bunch of Kodo beasts now getting banished. I guess the banished Kodo beasts, are they able to eat? I never knew that. Banished Kodo beasts cannot physically interact with anything and therefore cannot eat sorceresses or priests while banished. They can finally eat now that they are out of that ethereal mode, as the Blood Mage is now continuing to try and siphon mana and win out the battle here, but unable to do so. Grubby ends up with the victory. Let's take a look at the final scores here. Lemes played a beautiful early and a mid game, but Grubby able to come back in the end, clearing out some key creep camps, getting higher hero levels, and digesting all of his opponent's units. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.